Our top focus this morning is on the drug bust from onboard a cruise by the Narcotics Control Bureau. Several high-profile arrests made, including Shah Rukh Khan's son Aryan Khan. And in what comes as some sign of relief for Aryan, the NCB has said that they will not seek an extension of his custody. The Drug Probe Agency is now conducting raids at multiple locations based on the data that's been collected from analysing WhatsApp chats of the arrested accused Aryan as well as his friend Arbaz along with Munmun Dhamecha. Sources say that the NCB found narcotics hidden in sanitary pads, in medicine box and even islands cases during their raid in the luxury cruise. 5 other accused identified as Ishmit Singh Chadha, Mohak Jaiswal, Gomit Chopra and Vikrant Chokar have also been arrested and will be presented in court today. The NCB will seek their judicial custody in court. So ever since the news of Aryan Khan's arrest broke, a wave of support has poured in for Shah Rukh Khan from Bollywood colleagues. Superstar Salman Khan visited Mannat, which is Shah Rukh's residence, at Bandra Bandstand last night to meet his Karan Arjun co-star. Speaking exclusively to India Today, actor Sunil Shetty urged people not to assume the worst and let all facts come out in the case. Actor turned filmmaker Pooja Bhatt wrote on Twitter, and I quote, "I stand in solidarity with you and this too shall pass." Actor Suchitra Krishnamurthy also took to Twitter and extended support to Shah Rukh Khan. So let's get you all the details really about the investigation by the NCB. It's detained 9 people off Mumbai's coast as it busted a drug party on a cruise. India Today has accessed all details about the NCB's covert operation to nab those possessing and consuming drugs.
A super luxury experience in the Arabian Sea. An exclusive cruise packed with high-profile partygoers. The stage was set for a musical voyage like none other. Over 500 passengers, including celebrities, were ready to rave. But then came a cinematic twist to the tale. Unknown to other passengers, 22 Narcotics Bureau cops in plain clothes had boarded the luxury liner on Saturday, undercover and posing as normal passengers, just before the cruise set sail over the placid Arabian Sea. Soon the musical rave party began as soon as the ship left the Mumbai coast. The rave party turned into a drug rave as the cruise liner reached mid-sea. This was the cue the Narcotics Control Bureau officials were waiting for. They swung into action, stopping the cruise and conducting elaborate searches of all those present. They were acting on a tip-off about the event being more than just dance and music. What followed was a marathon 7-hour raid on board the ship. And the officials were spot on. According to the Narcos, all suspects were searched, and what they found was 20 grams of cocaine, 25 grams of MDMA or ecstasy, 10 grams of MD and 30 grams of hashish, all illegal psychotropic substances. Bollywood Badshah Shah Rukh Khan's son Aryan Khan, his close friend Arbaz Merchant and passenger Munmun Dhamecha were arrested after questioning. Arbaz Merchant, who was a high-profile Mumbai socialite, was supposedly the one who brought Shah Rukh's son to the party. According to Narcotics Control Bureau sources, he had hidden drugs in his shoes, which was seized by officials during the raid.
Charas has been found, MDMA has been found, MD has been found, ecstasy has been found.
The Narcotics Bureau is treading cautiously as several high-profile names are involved in the drug bust and not ruling out many big fish in the mid-sea drug bust case. With Divyesh Singh in Mumbai and Manish Pandey in Delhi, we will report India.
We've also accessed details of the Krayark event, which was to take place on board the cruise ship. This event was to have internationally known DJs. Tickets ranged from a whopping 60,000 all the way up to 5 lakh rupees.
One of the world's most famous artists, internationally renowned DJs, pool parties, musical events, high-profile attendees from Bollywood, fashion and the business industry. The 3-day Krayark Sea Cruise event had it all. Tickets for the 5-star tour started from 60,000 rupees and went all the way to 5 lakh rupees. India Today has accessed exclusive details of the event Krayak, organized by Fashion TV India with Namaskar on board the Cordelia, an Indian super luxury cruise liner. Organizers circulated a 14-page document called the Krayak Bible for high-profile guests, which mentions all the do's and don'ts along with the lists of artists and other attractions. The organizers also mentioned a strict no drugs or illegal substances policy for all participants. The cruise was supposed to depart at 3:30 p.m. on Saturday from Mumbai and return at 10 a.m. on October the 4th after cruising on the Arabian Sea. The organizers for the first day had promised musical performances by Miami-based DJ Stan Kolev, along with famous DJs Bullseye, Browncoat and Deepesh Sharma. On day 2, an FTV pool party was planned for the guests. During the pool party, Raul K, a DJ from Ivory Coast, was scheduled to perform along with Indian DJ Kora and Moroccan artist Keza. The cruise event had several high-profile guests on board, many of whom are now under the Narcotics Bureau scanner. With Divyesh Singh in Mumbai and Munish Pandey in Delhi, Bureau Report, India Today.
After the NCB busted the high-profile drug party, the premium luxury cruise ship Cordelia's Empress has now washed its hands of the entire drugs that were found on board. The president and CEO of the Cordelia Cruises has said that the drugs were found in some of the passengers' luggage, so the onus is clearly on them.
One of India's largest premium luxury cruise ships, Cordelia's Empress. The ship takes guests on board to some of the most popular Indian and international tourist destinations. Equipped with food pavilions, 4 specialty restaurants, bars, gyms, casinos, theatres, several swimming pools, nightclubs and lounges. On Saturday night, under the pale moonlight, the Empress was cutting the high waves and moving towards country's party capital, Goa. The plan was to drown the woes away in the tranquil waters of the Arabian Sea from Mumbai on 2nd October and hit back the shores on 4th. But it was not a trip as usual, as choppy water was awaiting those on board. Despite a clear official guideline by the organizers on no drugs use, as soon as the ship left Mumbai coast and reached mid-sea, NCB officers say they found drugs being used at the rave party.
इतिहास में ड्रग रेड्स एनसीबी के द्वारा कई बार किए गए, लेकिन हाई सीज में किसी क्रूज शिप पर पहली बार किया गया। इस सारे कैलकुलेशन के बाद जो है तय किया गया कि आज रेड किया जाए और मुझे खुशी है कि रेड जो है सक्सेसफुल हुआ।
After NCB raid, President and CEO of Cordelia Cruises, Jürgen Bailom, washed his hands off the drug bust. He said the drugs was found in some of the passengers' luggage and the offenders were offloaded by the Cordelia immediately.
I have nothing to say. We are just cooperating with the authorities. That's our standard procedure.
Drugs were consumed or drugs were...
We don't know. We only operate the ship. We don't know any of that. We are just the operator.
Several passengers complained about the incident, accusing Cordelia of cheating them.
ऑफ कोर्स चीटिंग है, उन्होंने मिस ऑर्गेनाइज करा था, पैथेटिक सर्विस है, हमसे पैसे लिए हुए हैं।
ड्रग्स पार्टी ऑर्गेनाइज की थी, रेव पार्टी अंदर चल रही थी।
नहीं, ऐसे कुछ स्पेशली ऑर्गेनाइज नहीं करा था। कौन ऐसे ऑर्गेनाइज करके बुलाता है? ऑब्वियसली
तो चीटिंग हुआ आपके साथ क्योंकि
ऑब्वियसली चीटिंग हुआ है, हमारे पैसे लिए और हमें एक्सपीरियंस भी नहीं दिया, हम इतने दूर से आए हैं।
I heard this was so much police, but drugs was found inside somewhere in the cruise. Yeah, outside I didn't see.
Did some passengers misuse the musical voyage to indulge in using drugs? Now it is up to NCB to reach the bottom of the mid-sea drug bust case.
The ship on which this particular cruise was happening is known as Empress. It's a 692 feet long and weighs more than 48,500 tons. Earlier, it sailed across the Caribbean and now it has been brought to India under the flagship of Cordelia Cruises. Part of this rave party that was planned on board this vessel, on board the cruise, had carried drugs with them NCB had a specific tip-off, and following that, they conducted the search operation and seized the drugs. Many of those suspects have been detained and many could be arrested further. With camera person Swaraj, this is Divyesh Singh in Mumbai for India Today.
And let's get to the other top story of the day. Violent clashes broke out during a farmers' protest in Uttar Pradesh's Lakhimpur on Sunday, claiming the lives of 8 people, leaving several others injured. Now, in the midst of this storm is Union Minister Ashish Mishra's son. He's allegedly ran over his car on the protesting farmers. An FIR has been registered against him in Tikonia police station. After the incident, angry farmers set ablaze 3 cars, including one that belonged to Ajay Mishra. The Union Minister has, however, denied all charges levied against his son and claimed that the incident was merely being politicized. He added that 3 to 4 BJP workers have also lost their lives. UP Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath condemned the incident and directed the Assistant Director General of Police to bring the situation under control. The Farmers Union, meanwhile, have demanded dismissal of the Minister, MOS Home Ajay Mishra.
वो कह रहे हैं कि आपके बेटे ने ये पूरी घटना को अंजाम दिया है।
ये वो लोग हैं जो इन्होंने जो घटना की है उस पर पर्दा डालने के लिए गए हैं। मेरे बेटे की अगर आप बात करेंगे, ये कार्यक्रम खुले में होता है, जिसे मैंने कहा हजारों लोग देखते हैं और पुलिस और प्रशासन के लोग वहां होते हैं और हजारों लोगों के सामने वो 11 बजे से जब ये घटना हो गई तो हमको कार्यक्रम वो स्थगित करना पड़ा, उसका समाप्त करने। तब तक वो लगातार वहीं पर थे। ये तो ईश्वर की कृपा है, नहीं तो कभी कभी आदमी बीच में थोड़ी देर के लिए चला भी जाता है, लेकिन आज वो कभी भी कहीं भी नहीं गए। सारे फोटो और वीडियो में सारे प्रमाण है और सारे लोग हैं जो वहाँ पर उस कार्यक्रम को देख रहे थे।
लौटते हुए लोगों के ऊपर गाड़ियों से हमला करा गया, फायरिंग करी गई और उसमें अभी तक जो जानकारी है कई लोग उसमें उनकी डेथ हुई, ये जानकारी अभी है। और हम यहाँ से लखीमपुर के लिए यहाँ से निकल रहे हैं।
And the death of these protesting farmers in Uttar Pradesh's Lakhimpur Kheri district has raised a political storm also in the state. Opposition is up in arms against the UP government, seeking action against the culprits. The Bahujan Samajwadi Party's leader, Satish Mishra's convoy, has been stopped in Lucknow. TMC Supremo Mamta Banerjee attacked the Saffron Party, calling it BJP's apathy towards farmers, and has announced that a 5-member TMC delegation will also meet with the families of these victims. Farmer Union leader Rakesh Tikhet is also scheduled to reach the district. Congress leader Kapil Sibal, meanwhile, has called for the resignation of Union Home MOS Ajay Mishra, whose son has been in the midst of this entire incident, who faces allegations of having run over these farmers. The Congress is also seeking an independent inquiry into the matter. Former Prime Minister H.D. Devegowda has called for justice for the slain farmers.
ये किस तरह की निरंकुशता, ये किस तरह के पाप का घड़ा योगी सरकार भरे जा रही है। मैं सिर्फ इतना कहना चाहती हूँ, इस मामले में गहन कार्रवाई होनी चाहिए और सबसे बड़ी बात इसमें यह है कि उन किसानों को उचित मुआवजा जरूर मिलना चाहिए।
ये घटना अंग्रेजों वाले हिंदुस्तान की नहीं है, आजादी के 75 साल के बाद नरेंद्र मोदी जी के हिंदुस्तान की है, आदित्यनाथ जी के हिंदुस्तान की है, जहां पे भारतीय जनता पार्टी का शासन है। जरा सी भी शर्म हो तो मोदी जी अब कम से कम ये तीनों काला कानून वापस ले लीजिए और इन हत्यारों को गिरफ्तार करके सख्त से सख्त सजा इनके खिलाफ होनी चाहिए।
Congress General Secretary Priyanka Gandhi Vadra has been detained by the UP police after what can only be called a cat and mouse chase with the cops. Priyanka Gandhi has been detained. She was on her way to visit farmers after the Lakhimpur violence. Priyanka is detained from Sitapur at 5:30 this morning. Early in the morning, a lot of drama that was playing out near Lakhimpur as Priyanka Gandhi was there to visit the family members of the victims of those who died in the Lakhimpur violence. She's been detained now by the police from Sitapur. And amid all this controversy in Uttar Pradesh, you've got Haryana Chief Minister Manohar Lal Khattar triggering a controversy by calling for violence in retaliation to the farmers' protest. Speaking at a meeting with farmer groups, Khattar said 1,000 people from each district should pick up sticks against farmers who are agitating and give them a befitting response. The Chief Minister also tried to instigate by saying that anyone jailed in the violence will be behind bars for 2 to 4 months and return as a celebrated Neta. The statement has triggered a massive uproar. Farmer union group Sanyukt Kisan Morcha is going to be staging a protest in the national capital over Khattar's statement. Congress leaders like Digvijay Singh and Dipender Hooda have also slammed Khattar for his remark and accused him of provoking riots.
लेकिन उत्तर पश्चिम हरियाणा के हर जिले में अपने किसानों के 500-700 हजार लोग आप लोग अपने खड़े करो, उनको वॉलंटियर बनाओ और फिर जगह जगह जैसे को तैसा ठालो ठंडे हैं, ठीक है, नहीं वो भी देख लेंगे। और दूसरी बात यह है, जब ठाओगे डंडे तो जमानत की परवाह मत करो। महीना 6 महीने 2 महीने रहे होगे ना तो इतनी पढ़ाई इस मीटिंगों में नहीं होगी। अगर 2-4 महीने वहां रहे होगे तो बड़े लीडर अपने आप बन जाओगे।
Kolkata Knight Riders have brightened their chances of making it to the playoffs with a 6-wicket victory over Sunrisers Hyderabad. The bowlers did a brilliant job for KKR to restrict Hyderabad to 115 for 8 before Shubman Gill's half-century set up the run chase for them. This turned out to be KKR's 6th win of the season. They are now 2 points clear of the 5th place team.
Brilliant, but didn't go. Oh, that's close.
Hyderabad's batting woes began as soon as they came out to bat, with Riddhiman Saha walking back for a knot.
I think it was pretty straight.
Jason Roy was next to go before a direct hit from Shakib Al Hasan ended any further hopes that Sunrisers Hyderabad may have had with the wicket of Kane Williamson.
For this, the umpire will surely go upstairs. Close. This is very tight.
Wickets kept falling and Kolkata Knight Riders bowlers were in business all the time.
Oh dear, he was so far down, and the easiest stumpings in the world for Dinesh Karthik and Shakib as a wicket.
A few big hits from Abdul Samad towards the end ensured Hyderabad had at least something to bowl at.
Now he's connected even better.
But in the end, 115 for 8 was just about something.
Venkatesh Iyer takes a very nice catch.
In reply, Kolkata lost their 2 informed batsmen, Venkatesh Iyer and Rahul Tripathi, early.
Oh, it's got straight in, and Rashid Khan comes in and picks up a wicket. Did think his style of playing Rashid Khan was a bit risky. I'm afraid that's the end.
Nitish Rana did not take too many chances, but at the other end, Shubman Gill switched gears the moment he had spent some time at the crease.
Oh, nearly, not quite. And the charge cries it.
The opener got to his 50 with a boundary, and soon it was all over for Hyderabad.
Yeah, terrific shot.
While KKR earned themselves 2 valuable points that took them a step closer to the playoff spot.
Dinesh Karthik.
Sports Bureau, India Today.
The Knight Riders and are still in the run.
In association with DP World, world's leading logistics company.
Virat Kohli's Royal Challengers Bangalore have become the 3rd team to qualify for the playoffs of this season of the IPL. Maxwell and Chahal stole the show for Bangalore after they'd posted 164 for 7. Punjab again squandered a good start to end up on the losing side, this time by 6 runs.
Poor, dragged down, 4.
Electing to bat first, Royal Challengers Bangalore was slow but steady. Both Virat and Devdutt Padikkal saw off the first few overs to lay a decent enough platform for the middle order.
Another boundary.
Pretty much but Moises Henriques, playing his first game of this UAE leg, derailed their plans, removing both the openers and Dan Christian in his first 2 overs.
Oh, he's gone! First ball. Brilliant catch from Sarfaraz.
Maxwell once again made the difference on the slow Sharjah wicket with his power hitting as he raced to a 33 ball 57.
Maxwell's 50. Whatever.
He was dismissed in the last over before Bangalore posted a respectable 164 for 7.
A change of length from Shami ends a wonderful knock by Glenn Maxwell.
In reply, Punjab once again had a good start with both KL Rahul and Mayank Agarwal doing what they have done so often this season.
Another one for Gart, and that has gone all the way unaccounted.
The two had added 91 runs when Rahul decided to have a go at Shahbaz Ahmed, only to get caught at short third man.
It's a big one of KL Rahul.
Innings is going to be very important because in the past as well,
Mayank Agarwal was still going strong and reached his 50 before Yuzi Chahal got into the act with 3 wickets and dismissed Agarwal and Sarfraz in the same over.
Chance, get there he does, cruises. Hey, hello!
Punjab were pushed back and the pressure got the better of them once again as RCB seized control to win the match by 6 runs. That victory also sealed Bangalore's place in the playoffs, while Punjab will now have to be dependent on the result of other teams.
And qualification.
Sports Bureau, India Today.
For the Royal Challengers.
That's all we have time for in this edition of First Up. Thank you for watching. Hope you have a great day ahead and stay tuned to us here on India Today for the latest news.